Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DKL, and welcome back to Doki Fallen Angel. Last time, I nearly cried. And then off screen, I did cry. I really did. Because that thing with Sayori was so sad. So, we're back. And apparently, I slowly opened my eyes. The warm sunlight peeks through the curtains. At first, I was surprised when Yuri offered to share a bed, but I soon figured out why she wasn't nervous. She wasn't lying when she said she had a big bed. Wait, didn't it say that it was 2 weeks later? I'm pretty sure it said that. This thing is nearly 6 feet wide. I look over to see Yuri peacefully sleeping. For the past 2 weeks, we've been taking turns staying at each other's houses to read, drink tea, etc. We're already on the last few chapters of our book. We haven't been going to the literature club at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure the club has been shut down since it was only Sayori and Monica. What about Natsuki? Even wrapped in the thick blankets, I feel cold. Sayori loved the literature club, and now it's gone. Super Booper? I'm knocked out of my trance. I turn to Yuri. Good morning, my purple princess. That felt so weird to say. What? Despite sharing a bed, Yuri still seems uncomfortable with any displays of affection. I guess, technically, with the exception of sharing a bed, our relationship hasn't progressed beyond just friends. I'm too scared to ask her to be my girlfriend. What are you thinking about? Huh? You were spacing out. Is something on your mind? I'm fine. Just ready to start the day. I get up and head to the bathroom to do my normal routine. Once downstairs, I see that Yuri has already started making breakfast. What you making? Just some pancakes. How fancy. I shoot Yuri a slight grin. She sends one back and continues cooking. This is nice. This is so pleasant after all of the depression in the last episode. I take a seat and start thinking about the past 2 weeks. Even with Yuri and I spending so much time together, we've yet to talk about her cutting. Yuri is very reclusive, and I planned on waiting for her to open up to me, but that hasn't been the case. I've been preparing for when she did so I could help her. And I've been contacting a psychiatrist who can help her and maybe even prescribe her with medication. Yuri comes to the table and sits down a plate in front of me, and then takes a seat. Did you have any plans today, Super Booper? It's now or never. Yes, I did. Did they involve reading or tea? Yuri smiles whimsically, but I don't share her moment of happiness. She notices I'm not smiling and shifts to worriness. Oh no, don't do this to me. Don't pelt me with bad emotions again. Is everything okay? Yuri, for the past few days, I've come in contact with a psychiatrist. I really think he could... Yuri jumps up, sending her chair crashing to the ground. Why would you do this to me? She starts to march away, but I stop her. I don't think so. I grab her and pull her into my grasp. She stands in front of me with a look of immense pain on her face. Yuri, please look at me. I promised you that I would help you. And I don't plan on breaking that promise. Super Booper, I don't think I can... Don't say that, Yuri. This man may be the answer we've been looking for. He can help you understand yourself and maybe even help your... you know... She stares at the ground for what feels like an eternity. Okay, I'll go see your psychiatrist. My heart jumps out of my chest triumphantly. That's fantastic! I wrap my arms around her in a tight embrace, but she fails to do the same. No! I let her go. I'll call and see when we can schedule a visit. It's obvious Yuri isn't as excited about this as I am. I've been close to her all this time, and she has adamantly shut me out of her most inner feelings. I can't imagine how she'll act having to open up to a complete stranger. Well, I'm aware this is hard, but it's for her own good. We should continue eating before it gets cold. I shake myself away from my thoughts and turn to the breakfast. Oh yeah, let's continue. We take our seats and eat the rest of our meals in silence. I peek over and see that Yuri is visibly shaking. Her sleeves are loose and dropping down enough to where if I look hard enough I can see her arms. I can see the faint shadows of scars lined up and down. I whisper quietly to myself. I'll save you from the plane. Dang it, I tried to make this really good. I do everything I can to make this really good for you guys. And then I stutter. I hate it. I'll save you from the pain, Yuri. That was better. Pretend the first attempt didn't happen. It didn't happen. I only did that one time. I decided to take Yuri for a walk through downtown to ease her mind. Super Booper, do you mind if we go in here? I look up at the sign. It's some clothing store. Yeah, sure. I always get the feeling I missed something and I have to check. And I never do. I grab the door and hold it open for Yuri. This is a very different art style from the rest of the game. Once inside, I look for a bench to sit on. I'm not really a fan of shopping. That is useless. That is, unless I'm shopping for a new video game or something. Yeah. Do you know what you're looking for? Oh, I thought we could just look around. Look around? What the heck is wrong with women? I'm sorry, I was just reading the text box. I don't actually think that. Please forgive me. Why would you go to a clothing store to look around? Okay, that one's fair. Not really though, because I mean, you look to see if there's any clothes you like. Alright then. Yuri begins to sift through racks while I stand there aimlessly. I look at the posters on the wall. They all show attractive people in dramatic poses and clothes. Super Booper, have you seen anything you like? Yuri speaks to me from the other side of the rack. I look through the assortment of clothing. My eyes become fixated on a sundress. I walk up to it and pull it out of the rack. It's a long magenta sundress with thin fabric and spaghetti straps. As I'm looking at it, some guy walks up behind me. Hey, is that one purple? Purple's my favorite color. The guy takes the dress straight from my hand and walks up to the cashier and purchases it. Alright then. I walk over to the counter where the cashier is handing Yuri a bag. What's that? Just something for myself. A horrific roar bellows through the clothing store. Oh my god, the city's being attacked by a monster. I look down and see it's only my stomach rumbling. Oh, that was funny. Wanna go somewhere to eat? Sure. Yuri smiles and we exit the store. Aww. She cute. Alright, Yuri. Where do you want to go to eat? Super Booper, it's not very gentlemanlike to make the lady choose. Never heard of that before, but okay. I'm sorry, I thought it would be funny to tease you. Yuri continues to giggle at my expense. It's mind-boggling to see just how comfortable she's gotten with me. According to the others, she isolates herself from most people. Then again, most people probably don't barge into her house. In the end, seeing Yuri smile lets me know this is all worth it. Alright, alright. You had your fun. How about we go to a ramen shop? I look quizzically at Yuri. Can't you just buy ramen for like 79 cents at a grocery store? That's the cheap store-bought ramen. Are you saying you've never had authentic ramen noodles before? Can't say I have. Do you think there's one nearby? I'm sure we can find one. I pull out my phone and start searching for nearby noodle shops. I find one just a few blocks down. It's called Spaghettios Bowl. Spaghettios Bowl. Spaghettios Bowl. My phone's about to die. Do you think you can pull it up on yours? Of course. What's the address? It's 1273 Rockefeller Street. Alright, found it. Then lead the way. We walk the streets of downtown. It's a beautiful day. The hustle and bustle of the street is the same as always. A lot of people are walking around, probably enjoying the weekend, same as us. There's some guy standing in the middle of the sidewalk menacingly. He's wearing a very light pink button-down shirt with matching shorts, black belt, and brown dress shoes. His hands are wrapped over themselves like across his abdomen, and he has a devilish blank smile on his face. Yuri and I quickly walk by him in hopes that he doesn't do anything to us. Within a couple more minutes, we make it to the shop. I look at the sign. Spaghettios Bowl. This is it. I hold the door open for Yuri and we step inside. It's cold in here. As soon as we step inside, a gust of wind blows against my body. The place definitely keeps their AC on. Good. I'm gonna need it. Probably. I look back behind the bar where the kitchen is. Chefs all hover above big pots, which I assume are full of noodles. The hostess approaches us. Hello, how many today? 2, please. Right this way. We follow the hostess to a table and take our seats. Your waiter will be with you shortly. She hands us the menus and walks off to seat the next guests. This is really nice, Yuri. I take it you've never been in a noodle shop before, Super Booper. Well, yeah. It's pretty neat in here. I look around the place. The dim lighting and music really set the ideal noodle-eating atmosphere. I look over the menu. There's a lot of variety considering my previous views on ramen. What are you gonna get? I mostly like the tonkatsu. You like pork? What do you mean? I just assumed... Uh-oh. That a lady wouldn't eat pork? I'm not sure if it's the kitchen, but my face is growing hotter and hotter. I didn't mean any offense, You're too easy to tease, Super Booper. I roll my eyes at her. Okay, you got me. Very funny. It was pretty funny, to be honest. I go back to reading the menu. I think I'll just have the same thing. A fine choice, Super Booper. Is she judging Super Booper based on his decisions? Because that's not fun. The waitress arrives at our table. She places 2 glasses of water before us. What can I get for you 2? I'll have a tonkatsu. She scribbles into her notepad. And for you, ma'am? Yuri begins to get nervous. She has the same look as she had in the coffee shop. I'll have the same thing. My eyes widen a little as I stare at Yuri. The waitress, oblivious to the situation, writes down the orders. Whew. Would that be all? Yes. She takes the menus, then leaves our table. Is everything okay? I feel the corners of my mouth rise. I just wasn't expecting you to order. Yuri smiles shyly. Well, I suppose when I'm around you, I'm a bit more comfortable being myself. I give her another smile and she gives one back. That in itself is a small victory. The waitress returns, bowls in hand. No, I didn't do it right. Bowls in hand! Enjoy your meals. With how awkward Super Booper is, I'm surprised he didn't say you too. With a quick bow, she walks off. What's this? With my chopsticks, I point at a small bowl of red mixture. It's a spice you can put in your ramen. Oh, nice. I grab the small bowl and begin to scoop it into my food. Super Booper, wait! What? It's very hot. You're supposed to only put in a small amount. Hence why it comes in such a tiny serving. I'm sure I'll be fine. After scooping out half the bowl, I set it back down and stir the noodles with my chopsticks. I grab a chopstick full of noodles and shove it in my mouth. Yuri winces as soon as the noodles enter my mouth. It's not so bad. Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh god, oh god! I start breathing heavily. Smoke begins to billow out of my mouth like a chimney. I feel so hot. I'm sweating all along my forehead. The broth feels like molten lava being poured down my esophagus. Who made this? Satan? Beads of sweat trickle down my face. Where are those tears? Either way, my mouth burns. I grab my water and chug it down. The pain fades away. Wow! Are you okay? Yeah. On the bright side, my sinuses have never been this clear in years. We share a laugh and continue our meals. Super Booper? Yeah? Thank you for everything. It was just lunch. No, I'm not referring to the noodle shop. I'm referring to everything. Everything you've done. I haven't really felt like I've done much. But when I think about it, Yuri probably hasn't ever had a day where she just goes out with a friend. Just one person being with her probably means the world to her. It's fine, Yuri. Like I said, friends stay by each other. Oh, she takes her hand and intertwines it with mine. It's soft, yet tight. Do you think I'm ready to be fixed, Super Booper? I simply smile at her. I stare into her lavender eyes. Healing begins the moment you accept the pain. I see a tear slide down her face. What? She takes a moment to absorb my statement. I'll be seeing you, Super Booper. Have a good night, Yuri. She breaks away and enters her house. Aww. I thought we were gonna get a little kissy kiss. I guess not. We're not there yet. Dang it. For a moment I stand there by myself as the cool winter breeze encapsulates me. My own words race repeatedly through my mind. We'll get through this together. A few days later. I awaken in my own bed today. Yuri and I didn't read together last night, so she's still at her house. In fact, we haven't talked much this past week after I told her I'm taking her to a doctor. Yuri sees herself as some sort of freak, and I'm sure taking her to a psychiatrist probably doesn't help that image. Nevertheless, this is important. I text Yuri to remind her that after school we're meeting the psychiatrist. I look outside my window. It's a bit foggy, but that's not going to stop me. I have a bad feeling about this. I continue my boring morning routine of showering, brushing my teeth, getting dressed. You know, the usual. What to eat? What to eat? I repeatedly open and close different cabinets, lowering my standards with each one. Cereal it is. I grab a bowl and pour myself some cereal. Then I open the fridge. No. I'm out of milk. This has got to be the worst day of my life. Maybe I can find a substitute. I look through the shelves of my fridge. I pull out a jug of orange juice. Didn't you already brush your teeth, dude? I glance at the bowl of dry cereal, then at the orange juice, then back at the bowl. Lord, forgive me, for I am about to sin. Last class of the day, and it's almost over. I stare blankly at the clock, watching the seconds tick away. The teacher says something or other about World War II. I don't need to know history. I have my future all figured out. I'm going to write a song and become a famous musician. Now I can relate to this guy! I already have the first line down. Okay, come on, dude. I guess I'll just repeat that line a dozen more times to call it music. That is what that song does. I was not expecting a sound effect. The bell rings! That's the wrong key. Appears the school day is over. I told Yuri I would meet her in front of the school. She better be there. I take a shortcut through the courtyard so I can meet up with Yuri. My mind is going a mile a minute right now. I have no idea what's gonna happen when I bring Yuri to the doctor. Super Booper! I stop at the sound of my name coming from an all too familiar voice. I turn to see who this person is. Oh no. Hiya, Super Booper! Oh no. Oh no, indeed. Hey, Monica. Where are you going? Home. Oh, same. Well, if you don't have any plans, then you wouldn't mind walking me home? I stand there dumbfounded. Why would Monica all of a sudden want to walk home together when we haven't even spoken in a month? It's not like we left on good terms either. I'm actually about to go somewhere. You said you were heading home. You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Super Booper? No, it's just that... I look around for an escape route. In the distance, I see a tall purple figure near the gates of the school. I look back at Monica. Her eyes follow mine, and she also spots the purple figure. I see. Monica, I didn't mean to lie to you. I'm sure you didn't, Super Booper. I'll go ahead and let you walk home. Bye. Monica trots off. Why did that hurt? Why did that actually hurt a little bit? Ow. Without another thought, I make a break towards the gate. Yuri, help me! I'm here. Oh, there you are. I was getting worried. Sorry if I made you wait. I got caught up trying to take a shortcut. I guess it turned out to be a long cut, huh? I let out an awkward laugh, but Yuri still retains her nervous expression. Perhaps long cut wasn't a very good word choice. No, it wasn't. I take her hand and hold it softly in mine. Yuri, look at me. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Yuri slowly nods. Alright, here it is. Oh, that's a lovely painting. I look at the clock above the doorway. Right on time, too. The doctor should be out here any second. As soon as I finish my sentence, a man walks out of the office door. He's an older gentleman with black hair that has started to gray. He wears an outfit you'd see at one of those fancy, expensive magazines. Nice dress shoes, a pristine three-piece suit and tie, and even a gold watch. Dr. Peter Langton, psychiatrist. It's a pleasure to meet you. He shakes my hand. You must be Super Booper, correct? Yes, sir. And this is Yuri. He holds out his hand to Yuri. Well, this is awkward. After a few seconds, Dr. Langton lowers his hand. Ah, that's fine. It's okay to be nervous around a doctor, I know. But I want you to know that there is nothing to fear. This is a safe place. He raises his arms as if to display his office. So how about we step through the door and begin the session? Alright, let's go. I'm sorry, sir, but I wish to only speak to the young lady here. What? Really? Just for now. Perhaps in later sessions you can join in, but for the time being it's better to be one-on-one. I decide not to argue. You really shouldn't argue with a doctor. I mean, He's the one who studied this stuff. Okay, I'll wait here. Thank you for understanding. He turns to Yuri, who hasn't spoken a word since we arrived. Shall we step inside? Doc, you don't mind if I talk to her in private for a sec? Not at all. Take your time. I'll be in the office whenever you're ready. He steps back into his office and closes the door. What are you thinking right now? I can't do this. Don't say that. I put my hands on her shoulders. Listen to me. You're a strong girl. You can get through this. And I'll be right here waiting the entire time. Dr. Langton only wants to help you. But I need you to cooperate. If not for him or for you, then for me. Yuri stares blankly at me. Okay, I'll do my best. That's all I ask. I give her a hug and she steps into the office. Well, I guess I'll just sit here then. I take a seat and look around. The waiting room is full of motivational posters, pictures, and other stupid stuff. Motivational posters are not stupid. Unless it's one of those cheesy quotes. Then they're kind of stupid. I look at the wall next to me. This certificate goes out to Dr. Peter Langton, blah blah blah, Stanford University, blah blah blah. This guy really knows the stuff. It's perfect. For the first time in a month, I think I can finally relax. I'm finally getting Yuri the help she needs. Bzzzt. What the? I pull out my phone to see I received a text from an unnamed number. You can't protect her forever. What the heck? This is the same person from a few weeks ago. What could they possibly want? Don't worry. Once she's gone, we won't have to worry about her. It's not like anyone would care. This has gone too far. I furiously type back a response. Listen, I don't know who you are, but if you don't stop texting this number, you will have some serious problems. You shouldn't threaten someone when you know you can't back up anything you say, Super Booper. This person knows my name. My hands are shaking intensely. Who is this? You will know soon enough. I already know who it is. I'm pretty sure we all know who it is. I haven't even read this, and I'm pretty confident that it's Monica. I shut off my phone to prevent any more messages. Who is this person? The only person I can think of who has my number is Seyo. Dr. Langton and Yuri walk out of the office. Pushing aside my thoughts, I stand up to talk to him. Give it to me straight, Doc. Your friend is in good health. Thanks, man. I mean, you know, her brain. Really? Yes, she has a common case of social anxiety. I can relate. It's fairly common, nothing to get worked up over. Perhaps we can schedule another meeting so I can learn more. So, what do we do? There are cases here, with age, the anxiety eventually fades away. There are also therapies and medical professionals such as myself that are willing to help. Simple as that? Simple as that. He gives me a reassuring smile. Thanks, Doc. What about her, know what? I look over at Yuri, who is standing awkwardly at the door. She didn't tell him about her cutting. Doc, what exactly did you talk about? I'm sorry, but that's private information that I'm not allowed to disclose. Patient confidentiality. There's an annoyed pitch to my voice when I recite that term to him. Of course, if she chooses to confide that information to you, that's her choice. Thanks, Doc. My pleasure. I give him one last handshake and escort Yuri out of the building. The rest of the walk home is quiet. Neither of us choose to talk to each other. I can't believe I did all this effort to help Yuri and she does this. She can't even tell someone what's wrong with her. I need to calm down. It's not her fault. I should have been aware this would happen. I shouldn't have forced her to see a psychiatrist. We walk into the house and Yuri takes a seat on the couch. I stand awkwardly before taking a seat next to her. I have to apologize. Yuri, I'm sorry. She buries her face in her hands and begins to cry. I disappointed you just like I do with everyone else. I place my arm around her. No, Yuri. I failed you. I should have known better than to force you into something like that. She lifts her head and stares at me. Her lavender eyes are puffy with tears. No, you were right to help me. I want to go back. Can you schedule another appointment? I'm taken aback. Really? I know this is what's best for me, and if you're by my side, I think I can get through it. I'll always be by your side, Yuri. I take her hand and entwine it with mine. Can you do me a favor, Super Booper? Oh great, what's this? Of course. I don't know how to go about explaining everything to the doctor. Well, I'm all ears if you need me. Thank you. Yuri takes a moment to collect her thoughts, an action I see her do quite often. Do you know why I do it? I would guess in order to feel some sort of control over your emotions. You're not too far off. Super Booper, for all my life I've allowed people to be the glue, the stitches, and the bandages that hold me together. And every time they've reopened without fail. I was only a small girl when I first witnessed how unforgiving this world can be. My mother and father would argue non-stop, and I was scared that one day they might even hurt each other. I used books as a coping mechanism. I would hope that I could drown out my reality and enter a new one. Eventually, my dad left my mother and I, and my mom had to pick up an extra job to support us. Even with all that happening, I just continued to repress my feelings and read my books. That's how I've lived my life until... She pauses again to catch her breath and collect her thoughts. High school has been the worst years of my life. Everyone is so cruel and selfish. She stares deeply into my eyes. Or, that's what I thought until I met you. Even so, the kids at school would always call me foul names or spread rumors about me. Boys would always pick on me or stare at me when I walked by or call me obscene names. She starts to panic, and I see the fear in her eyes grow with each sentence. Yuri, I think we should stop here for now. No! I need to get this out. Please. Tears continue to glide down her cheeks. I slowly nod and allow her to continue. I didn't know any other way to get rid of the pain inside. There's no such thing as a cure for pain. I had to find a way to release it somehow. I try to understand what she's saying. So I was right. It's a coping mechanism? It was, at first. At first? At first I was really scared. The moment I first did it, the feeling of the blades splitting into my skin, the cold steel gliding along my arm, the beauty of the crimson streams flowing down my arms. It was exhilarating. What? It no longer became a good way to deal with the pain. I had been seduced by it. It almost felt good to cut. I knew it was bad, but I couldn't stop myself. My mind was already lost. I wasn't strong enough to stop the urges. I'd get a feeling in my body I didn't understand, screaming at me to let go of everything I'm feeling. When I do it, it feels like I'm in my own world. It's the same feeling as when I'm reading a book. except the words are written in red, and the blade is my pen. But a book eventually ends. My arm could heal. My arm could heal, and I could continue to relive that moment of true freedom continuously. This is worse than I thought. I always thought it was just a way for her to cope with life, but now I see it's more of some type of drug. She's formed an addiction to it. Yuri, this is a lot to take in, but I just want to say, I don't blame you. What? None of what happened is your fault. I wrap her hand in mine. I thought we were already holding hands, but okay. We can't control what happens in our lives. And sometimes we can't control how we feel. Sometimes it feels as if there's a force stronger than us, pulling us and tempting us to do horrid things. Like puppets attached to strings. I'll never understand what goes on inside your head. And I'm okay with that. Because I still stand by my promise to never leave you. Together, we can solve your problem. Another thought crosses my mind. Yuri, where do you get your knives? If you're referring to what I use to cut, I have a knife collection. A knife collection? I've been hiding it whenever you came over because I thought you would get mad and find it unlikable. In any other case, I would think a knife collection is cool. But for Yuri's sake, it's not good to have. Yuri, I'm sorry, but you have to get rid of your knives. But she thinks it over for a while. You're right. I know it only adds to the temptation, but it's so hard. I know it is. But if you really want to get better, the best thing to do is to throw away any temptation. Promise me you'll throw out your knife collection. Tears continue to pour. She's cried so much, I'd have thought her tear ducts would be drained by now. She slams her head onto my chest and continues to cry. I wrap my arms around her. It's alright, Yuri. I promise to never let anyone hurt you again. Super Booper, you've heard my story. You see now that I'm just a monster. I'm weak and can't control my emotions. I take all my pent-up feelings, release them onto my skin. How can anyone think that's okay? No one can. Huh? She looks up at me, her soft eyes locked on mine. Because it's not okay. And it's also not okay for me to sit idly by and let you continue to hurt yourself. That's why I'm not going to stop until you're better. But why? Because, Yuri. Everything around me becomes blurry. The only thing I see is her. Because we're finally gonna tell her. Yay! I'm scared to click it though. Because I know there's gonna be a cascade of sadness after this. Because I love you, Yuri. I said it. I said the word I would never believe would leave my mouth. Love. What an alien word to me. But it's the only word I can think of in this moment. I feel as if everything that's happened this past month has been let out. I love you more than anything else in the world. And when you love someone, you don't give up. Super Booper, I love you too. Yuri wraps her arms around me and leans closer. Thank you. You thank me once that collection is thrown away. I give her a quick smile. She closes her eyes and continues to lean in. great. Finally, happiness. Finally, happiness. Happiness, where have you been this whole time? I feel her lips press against mine. All my senses are immediately overwhelmed. The taste of vanilla on her lips. Faint scent of lavender in her hair. Of course, it smells like lavender. The sound of true ecstasy as my heart beats out of my chest. Her arms around me and mine around her. Everything else in the world has been drowned out. Every single thought that had stormed my mind has been calmed. It's just Yuri and me in this single moment in time. There's an odd feeling in my stomach. Perhaps it's butterflies? I can't describe it other than that it's somewhat comforting. Like all my worries have been washed away. Yuri pulls away. What felt like an eternity was only a few seconds. The feeling continues to stay. We sit in silence for a moment. I guess it's my turn to thank you. You can thank me after you schedule my next appointment with Dr. Langton. She throws me a soft smile, and for a moment, I feel like everything will be alright. My cup is empty. Nothing will be alright. A few days later. Now I feel like I can go back to being my silly self. Yay, silliness! I rub my eyes awake. I look over to my left to see Yuri sleeping. We've been continuing our dates, reading at each other's houses. I unplug my phone from the charger and check the time. Oh my god, Yuri, wake up! I grab her shoulder and lightly shake her. Huh? Oh no, did I sleep in? I need to put on my teeth, brush my pants. Yuri starts to furiously get out of bed. No, Yuri, we still have a lot of time. She calms down a bit. Then why did you sound like something urgent happened? Because I show her the calendar on my phone. Today's the last day of school. During the holiday season, we get a couple of weeks off from school. A bashful smile appears on her face. That's fantastic! Come on, you can get dressed in the spare bedroom. I finished my routine a lot earlier than Yuri, so I decided to start making breakfast. Seriously, what is it with girls and taking forever to get ready? Again, I'm just reading the text box. I've actually never experienced that. I'm always taking a long time to get ready, to be honest. So I can't speak into that. Well, now I feel stupid for trying to. Okay. What to make? I open the fridge and grab an unopened pack of bacon strips. Nice. Hopefully I can have eggs as well. Bingo! It reminds me of that, of Star-Lord's line in Infinity War. Bingo! Chris Pratt's amazing. I grab the egg carton and open it up. There's still about half a dozen eggs left. That's more than enough. I start the stove and begin cracking the eggs. I think I'm going to switch it up to where when I'm reading narration, I'm going to look at this screen, and when I'm reading dialogue, I'll look at you guys. Yuri walks into the kitchen. That smells very pleasant, Super Booper. Sounds like you're in a good mood. Of course. No school is a dream for me. I have time to read, learn new things, and I don't have to worry about human interaction. You have time to learn new things outside of school. This is talking about, today's school system, how it's failing our generation. I don't know. I'm sure the school system's been doing fine. I mean, it's still doing its best. It's still doing this best despite an epidemic. I noticeably pause. Yuri doesn't notice, and I continue cooking. Are you saying you're not going to spend time with me over the break? I didn't mean... You keep falling for my sarcasm, Yuri. I figured a smart girl like you would catch on. You would think. What was that? Are the eggs ready yet? I look down and see my breakfast burning. Oh crap. I quickly grab the spatula and scoop the eggs into... I'll just look at this screen. Hi guys. I quickly snatch the spatula and scoop the eggs and bacon onto the plates. I bring the plates to the counter and take a seat. Yuri, you've been served. Ooh. Thank you, Super Booper. Perhaps I should try to start a conversation. Do you have any plans for the break, Yuri? Besides reading? Well, not really. You're always welcome to spend time with me. Are you sure? I mean, we've already spent the past month together. Without school, we can have even more time. Well, I would really like that. She gives me a soft smile. I check the time. Ooh, we should probably start heading out now. We don't want to be late for the last day. I grab our plates and put them in the sink. Yuri and I head outside and start the walk to school. We arrive at the courtyard. Our first classes are at different sides of the school. We say our goodbyes and head off to our respective classrooms. Class is still boring as ever. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared plus minus 4ac all over 2a. Oh god, I remember doing this at school. Oh god, I don't remember what the equation's for, but I actually recognize this. It's negative b. Hold on, guys. I just want to write this down. Let me indulge myself for just a second. A quadratic equation is what it is. That's what it is. I knew I recognized it. Learned it in my geometry class. At least school's good for something. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that in my entire life. Neither am I. So long, math. The school bell snaps me out of my daze. Time to go walk Yuri home. I sling my backpack over my shoulder and head for the door. It's really hot in here. Oof! I accidentally bump into someone. Natsuki? This is awkward. Hey. It is for horses. Can you be serious for once? Right, sorry. So I take it went well with Yuri? What makes you say that? I saw you two in the courtyard. Oh. Yeah, it went well. Good. I don't know if Natsuki knows about Yuri's cutting, so I refrain from mentioning it. How'd it go with you? I went home and went to bed. This conversation's going nowhere. Natsuki, wait. I wanted to talk to you about that day. I don't like where this is going. I may have accidentally given you too much information about my home life. Natsuki, it's fine. I understand if your parents are going through some financial problems. Parent. Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't... Look, just shut up and let me get this off my chest. I just need to vent to someone. And why me? Because you're the only person dumb enough to listen. Thanks, Nat. Fair enough. Alright, continue then. As I was saying, the next part pertains to you. Uh-oh. A lot of people see my dad as some abusive monster, but he's not. He just struggles with saving money. He has his bursts of anger, but he tries to maintain himself. He's been taking medication to keep himself stable. Even those cost money. So, we decided it's best if I don't live with him. What I'm hearing breaks my heart. Why is the whimsical music playing? It must be hard to have to part with someone you've known all your life. Wait, Natsuki, how does this pertain to me? Dude, you haven't caught on yet? You want to stay at my house? Yep, there we go. Natsuki composes herself. I knew you were a stalker. I roll my eyes at her. Natsuki switches back to her serious mode again after her quick remark. Well, I was wondering if you could ask Sayori if I could live with her. Oh. Considering the last time I talked to Sayori, I don't think I could do that. I don't know. You're neighbors, aren't you? Can't you just drop by our house on your way home? I think to myself, on one hand, Sayori never wants to see me again. On the other, I don't want Natsuki to be homeless. But on my third hand, I wanted to walk Yuri home. On my fourth hand, it'd be really hard for me to let Natsuki be homeless. I have to do what's right. Alright, I'll ask. Thanks. I guess the conversation's over. Well, I'll go do that now. Yeah. I walk out of the classroom. Once I turn the corner, I make a mad dash for the gates. I hope I'm not late. I arrive at the gate, but there's no sign of Yuri. I pull out my phone to call her, but it appears she's already sent me a text. I tried to wait, but I needed to get home early. I'm very sorry. I'll see you tomorrow. Dang it! I lean against the bricks that make up the campus walls. I'm disappointed I couldn't see Yuri today. Oh well, at least I'll see her tomorrow. I make my lonely trek home. I sing to myself to keep the sadness away. Yeah! My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. I love that. Oh no. Now I know why he's singing Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I didn't read that for you guys. I stop in front of Sayori's house. Here goes nothing. I attempt to take a step and my feet are pinned to the ground. I'm frozen on the sidewalk. Come on, I can do this. I forcefully move my legs to the door. Each step feels like I'm trudging through a snowstorm. I make my way to the door. After 3 hard knocks, Sayori opens the door. Hey. Sayori looks bothered. Sayori,
Don't say anything. Please just don't say anything. I don't understand why this is happening. Why me?
Sayori, I'm sorry. I came, but I need to talk to you.
You shouldn't be sorry. It's not your fault I'm like this. I was so selfish. I'm just so selfish. I'm sorry, Super Booper. I can't do this.
She goes to slam the door. The door swings forward, and before I can think of anything, I instinctively place my hand in the doorway. Ugh! Sayori's door crushes into my fingers.
Super Booper!
My fingers begin to throb, but what's important is that I prevented Sayori from shutting me out.
I'm so sorry.
Sayori looks like she's about to cry. Sayori, just listen to me. I begin to tell Sayori everything about my encounter with Natsuki, about Natsuki's situation with her dad and her needing a place to live. I have trouble looking in her eyes. I have trouble looking her in the eyes as I speak. It doesn't look like she's even listening at all. She may have tuned me out, but eventually she speaks up.
Okay.
Okay? That's it?
Natsuki deserves a place where she can feel safe. Tell her she can live with me.
My heart becomes a little lighter. Thank you so much. I'll tell her as soon as I can. Sayori doesn't say another word. For a moment, she just stands there staring at me. Her blue eyes glisten as she slowly closes the door. And once again, I'm left alone. I guess I might as well catch up on some TV shows before bed. The hours went by quickly. The moonlight from my window tells me it's already nighttime. It's usually the time that it is when the moon is out. I feel bad for not getting to see Yuri today, but hopefully I can make up to her tomorrow. I'm glad I was able to help Natsuki out, however. I still feel sick after the look Sayori gave me, but maybe this is a good thing. Maybe Natsuki can help Sayori with her depression. Something that I failed to do. I groggily head upstairs and go to bed. Sleep. Same thing depending on who you ask. I awaken him in the sanctity of my blankets. The first day of break, when every student doesn't have a care in the world. I take a moment to just stare at my ceiling, the morning glow peeking through my blinds. I can't help but have a smile on my face. I have a strong feeling today will be a good day. That's a good attitude to have. Hopefully I'm right. After enjoying the feeling of naturally waking up, I climb out of bed. I do my morning stretches and head to the bathroom. Since when do you do morning stretches, dude? Come on, Super Booper. As I'm eating breakfast, I decide to call Yuri. Answer. Hello? Good morning, Yuri. Good morning, Super Booper. Despite still being fairly early, Yuri's voice shows no sign of tiredness. She must be a morning person. Sounds like you slept well? That I did. Yuri pauses just long enough for me to speak up. Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday. I got caught up in something after class. I swear I tried to get out, but it was... Super Booper, that's okay. I'm sure you had a good reason. Plus, I can never be mad at you. I begin to blush. Well, in that case, I wanted to ask you something. Okay, ask away. Well, I thought we could... We could what? I feel like Yuri knows what I'm gonna ask her, but rather than sparing me from my fear, she just decides to tease the question instead. That you could come over today. Perhaps we could watch a movie, or something. There's a moment of silence as Yuri ponders the question. I'd love to. Really? Of course, I'll be there in about an hour if that's okay. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll see you then. Bye-bye, Super Booper. Bye. I hang up the phone. I pump my fist in excitement before realizing... What are we gonna do? I told Yuri we would watch a movie. I'm gonna get my head out of my butt. It's just two friends of opposite genders, alone in a house. Dang it. Alright. I need to calm down. Yuri and I have spent a lot of time together. We shared a kiss. Heck, we even slept in the same bed. It was a very big bed, though. But the same bed nonetheless. So why do I feel so different? It feels as if our relationship has grown in some way. Okay. My girlfriend's cursing out my teacher to me. No, she's cursing out her computer to me. You know, as you do. I no longer see Yuri as the girl she presents herself as. To me, she's no longer that shy girl who steers away from anyone who talks to her. She's just a normal girl. Sure, she still needs help, and we still need to get rid of her knife collection. But my mind relaxes as I feel that I've actually made progress. I'm overthinking this, aren't I? I've set up some small snacks and glasses for us so we can watch the movie. Yuri should be arriving any second. Snacks. Check. Deodorant? Check. Clean clothes? Check. Movie? Uh-oh. I haven't picked a movie yet. What am I gonna... Oh. I got up to answer the door. I wonder what that said. Oh, literally exactly what I said. Okay. I get up to answer the door. I open the door. I put on my most inviting smile. Hey! Hello, Super Booper. I gesture for her to come inside. Thanks for inviting me, Super Booper. I wave my hand in front of my face. Don't worry about it. It's the least I could do for not walking you home yesterday. What a gentleman. I begin to blush as my face grows hot. I swear I turned my AC on. I I suppose chivalry isn't dead after all. I gesture for her to take a seat on the couch as I walk over to the TV stand. Oh, Super Booper, you didn't tell me what we're gonna watch. And there's the question that drives the nail in the coffin. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, I just said it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise for both of us. Yuri likes horror, maybe I should do that. Or maybe action, who doesn't love superhero movies? Maybe a romance. Don't be dumb, Super Booper, that only works in movies and games. What about a comedy? I'll be able to see Yuri laugh. Remember that one movie where everything was a dream? Titanic. Is everything okay, Super Booper? Shouldn't say my name. Yeah. Is something wrong? At this point, I'm starting to sweat. What do I do? Aha! Light bulb! What was that? I turn and look at her. You have to guess what movie we're watching. I'm not good at guessing. Give it your best shot. Yuri thinks for a moment. I got her right where I want her. Well, I've been really wanting to see the movie Misery. There's a movie about the state of Missouri? You know, I make that joke about every other week. That's not Missouri, it's misery. Because I feel that a lot. Also, I'm in Missouri. By the way, just so you know. I read the novel and I've been wanting to compare it to the movie. Oh, Misery, by that King dude. Yuri gives me a look of disappointment. Why am I like this? I turn back to the TV stand. Please have misery, please have misery, please have misery. I look back where I store the movies my parents used to own. All of a sudden, I spot it. You're a good guesser, Yuri. Huh? Turn around and present the case to her. Her lavender eyes brighten up and reflect the sunlight seeping from the window. How? She sounds baffled, as if she can't believe she guessed right. Truth is, whatever movie she guessed was gonna be the one I picked. Obviously. And of course, luck was involved with whether or not I had the movie on hand. It's what I like to call the one step ahead trick. You are not a step ahead at all, dude. I pop the disc into the tray and play it. Meanwhile, Yuri gathers the hors d'oeuvres on the coffee table. Wait, am I supposed to sit on the couch with Yuri or sit on the other one? This is a date, correct? Guess I didn't say it, but it was heavily implied. Am I overthinking this? Super Booper? I snap out of my thoughts and turn to Yuri. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. I walk to the couch Yuri's sitting on. Is this seat taken? Come on, dude. Yuri smiles cutely. For you, not at all. I plop down next to her. Hi. Partway through the movie, Yuri and I have already consumed all of the snacks I laid. The movie's pretty good, but I'm having a hard time focusing with Yuri in my view. I feel you there, buddy. Why watch a movie about a writer with broken legs when instead I can just stare at Yuri all day? I feel you, dude. Yuri turns to me slightly. In the book, she cut off his foot. Huh? I was just pointing out the differences between the novel and the movie. Oh. I came in a bit more unenthusiastically than I wished. This isn't boring for you, is it, Super Booper? What? No, I'm really enjoying the movie so far. Yuri grabs the remote and lowers the volume a bit. Then what's the main character's name? What? The main character. What's his name? Alright, I know this. Thanks, Super Booper. I'm gonna guess Thomas. Here goes nothing.
Thomas?
Aw, man. Yuri giggles at my failure.
His name is Paul Sheldon.
I knew that. I was just testing to see if you knew that. Yuri stifles a laugh before returning to the movie. Is now my chance? She's distracted. I should make my move. Would it be weird if I did? Or would it be weirder if I didn't? I mean, we kiss. What's an arm wrap compared to that? I maneuver my arms so slowly, as if it were moving through molasses. I gently place my hand over Yuri's shoulder. She does a double take in my arm and looks at me. Not a single word is spoken. She simply smiles and leans into me. How cute. Her head lays softly on my shoulder. How cute! I can't help but feel the corners of my mouth rise as well. We continue to finish the movie in comforting silence. The credits roll. Yuri moves off my arm, which has now fallen asleep. Yeah, I've had that happen before too. What did you think? It was good. A well thought out and suspenseful story. I'm glad I picked it. As am I. Either she didn't catch my ploy or she doesn't want to embarrass me. Although I couldn't help but notice all the differences from the book. Like what? After saying that, I instantly regret those lines. Well, to start, Yuri goes off on an incomprehensible tangent about the movie. I try following along, but I can't quite understand what she's saying. I'm too busy staring at the way her eyes reflect the orange sun peeking through the window. Right, Super Booper? Yeah. Completely agree. Yuri stares at me as if I'm one of her books. I'm glad you see it my way. I silently exhale. Thank God she didn't pry that question any further. I suppose I should be going home now. If I wait any longer, I'll have to walk in the dark. That's the safest time, Yuri. Huh? She gives me a confused glance. What is your plan now, Super Booper? Because at night, if you get into danger, you shine a light in the sky and call for Batman. You can't do that during the day. Yuri tries to hold in her laughter, but eventually gives in. Nice going, dude. I'm serious, Super Booper. I have to go. You can't stay the night? I don't even have a change of clothes. But I stopped myself before saying, who said we're going to need clothes? Good job. Well, at least he stopped himself. I understand. Yuri stands up. Thank you for today, Super Booper. It was a lovely evening. Yay! Yuri bends down and places a light kiss on my cheek. Yay, it's silly time, and silly and cute and lovey-dovey time. She quickly turns and leaves as I notice her cheeks turning bright red. I'm left sitting on a couch with a stupidly large grin on my face. If you told me a year ago that I'd have a relationship like this, I would have filled out your papers to be taken to the mental asylum. Now I've changed. I feel a lot more confident, like I can take on anything the world throws at me. I guess I'll just have to wait and see where fate takes us. And with that, I think that's a good place to end it for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribing would be pretty nice. Having said that, oh man, my heart is out to this guy. He's doing his best. He's really trying his best. We'll see you. Super Booper and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!